Hello everybody, I am Anon Moose, and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, we proceeded along in the class trial, and Byakuya is definitely under the suspect radar, but we are now exploring the confusions with the scene of the crime. And Lucio over here is suspecting that he may have an answer for how Chihiro got in the boys' locker room. Make your argument. Broken e-handbook, okay.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
I'll think about it, but...
I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
There's
Talking
genocide
about Leon's handbook, of course.
Okay.
She had that. She could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Alright, okay, so I'm gonna say I have to use that. Okay, so...
Is it really? Could Chihiro really...
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have... No, I don't...
She used the thing that...
Huh? What?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong. No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's
No, there's
handbook?
regulation against lending it to someone.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her
And
ultimate programmer
Monica was gonna
skills
get defensive and point out, it's unhackable!
Psst. You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up...
Well, you don't have to open one to hack it.
Glaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So
If we go off of my theory that it's a trans situation, Monokuma may have just made it be a dude's thing from the start.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
There we go.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
I think it said multiple people can't enter, so I don't think someone could have just let her in, right?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations.
Yeah, so I think, again, if my theory is correct, it's going to be some sort of evidence that, she's transgender, so her thing would have just been a dude. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was... the scene of the crime? Question mark?
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
Would you
I'd like
give
to
her a
examine
fucking
the victim's
second?
body one more time.
You want us to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
That's terrible.
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive form trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually
Yeah, and I feel like the next dialogue is just be what?
Confirming this fact.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy? Oh, what? You guys didn't know?
Yeah, see?
I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Interesting that they discussed that as an option now, though.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl,
okay, so it wasn't,
but a
well,
boy.
I don't know. I don't want to use any terminology and offend anyone, so I'll just keep my mouth shut on this one. Thought never even crossed my mind.
And because
Crossed
the
my
victim
mind.
was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy.
Okay,
Dressed
okay.
like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
And Byakuya knew that those handbooks were available, so...
Chihiro really
Okay,
was
now it
killed
comes
in the boys'
together.
locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
Don't use that word here, please.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Yeah, I gotta move my glasses.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably why he's being so
What
distant.
about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think
I don't
Byakuya
know. I
is the killer?
personally do, but I feel like they're really, trying to throw me
without
off
a
here.
doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Okay.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
Isn't that the point?
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing
That's a
it
good
could connect
point.
him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Yeah, I just don't see a motive. I mean, I'm sure he's going to explain it, but...
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now.
Yeah, they actually do matter. They matter a lot, actually.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt,
No, I mean, okay, she is right. Like, they do need to explore if there's, beyond a reasonable doubt and all that. But I'm lost on why he would have done that if it had nothing to do with him.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
I guess it could have been a thing of like, fuck, I don't know. I got nothing.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we were sure we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a dude.
I got it!
So we explained how Chihiro can get in. Yeah, now okay. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Okay, so we've narrowed it down. I don't know who it could be, though. I'm lost. Okay, Celeste's account. The fact that there was a gym thing involved here.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us
Gonna wait.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Okay,
And
so I
that
feel like
might
that'd be a good
enough
point to
for
point
now.
out Celeste's account.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over.
Fuck.
It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
That's not true. Okay,
It's not
so...
like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
No! Not
Okay, so I'm going to say the thing Lucio said, because I'm looking for a contradiction. So...
Isn't there a single clue?
Did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah. All we need...
It's over. It's all... You want to know who saw the victim?
Okay, right about here.
The killer. And only...
No, it's wrong.
Alright, I'm enjoying this. This is an interesting trial. A lot of twists and
I believe someone
turns.
else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro, in the dormitory warehouse.
Alright.
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. Well, whatever. I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. I don't want to do the deep voice. It seems kind of offensive
He
now.
was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh no, 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 don't, no, 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 no!